Good evening, guys. My name is Jamaica Calman, and we are here at the Guyana Marriott Hotel, Day 2, last lap of the Carib Youth Summit 2019 and Crime and Violence Prevention. And I'm honored to be interviewing Minister of State, Floyd Green of Jamaica, and he holds other capacities. You can tell us that. Minister, welcome to Guyana.
Thank you. It's my first time and it has been wonderful. I'm here for a really good event where so many young people from right across the Caribbean have come together to address what is probably the #1 issue facing youth and facing our Caribbean countries, which is crime. So I've had a wonderful time. I think a really packed but intense but exciting and hopeful 2 days.
Okay, Minister, we know that Jamaica is one of the islands that is very prevalent with crime. What have you guys been doing here over in the island to curb crime and violence?
We've had a number of strategies. Our government came to power in 2016 and we did set up as one of our priorities to try and really treat with the issue of crime. Clearly, we've had to take a multiplicity of approaches. One approach has to do with policing, and there are a number of areas in Jamaica which really have gotten out of control in relation to just the numbers of crime. So coming together with our security forces on the recommendation of the police, the JDF, that's the Jamaica Defense Force, our Prime Minister did announce last year a series of enhanced security measures in 3 parts of the country. St. James, which had the highest murder rate throughout our country, West Kingston and St. Catherine. And fortunately, those have really had a tremendous impact on driving down the murder rate in those areas. In fact, in St. James last year we saw a 70% reduction in murder, and that was because we really combined the police, combined the armed forces with the police and put them into the area and really tried to target those criminal groups, those gangs. So that has worked tremendously, but we also had another novel project which recognizing that you have to also look at the root causes of crime, that policing alone won't help. We introduced something we call the Zone of Special Operation, which was a new legislation that was brought to the Parliament, which does have partially a police intervention, so a limited area community is cordoned off so that the police can go in, search for guns, search for persons who are doing wrong. But importantly, there's what we call a social intervention committee that looks at what is the root causes in that area. How are the people living? Are the young people employed? Do they have training? And ensure that we do those social intervention so that when the police leave the area, then the area will strive and do better. So we saw last year overall a 21% reduction in murders. Still too high, but I think initiatives like this, which get us deeper and to focus on not only the perpetrators but the victims of crime, our youth, will really help.
Okay, Minister, yesterday you presented in one of the sessions on policy, and that session, it was very impacted. So, us here in Guyana, we're currently working on our youth policy. I think it's still in the draft stage. Can you, probably give us a little insight on what advice you would give to Caribbean islands or nations who are currently working on a youth policy?
A couple of things. I think it's important for each Caribbean country to have a youth policy. It gives you an overarching vision, a commitment from the government in relation to what they want to see from their youth and the platforms they want to create. And not only having a youth policy, I think each youth policy that's being developed now must take what we call a positive youth development approach. In other words, we must not look at the problems and youth as issues to be fixed. We must look at the fact that young people are full of talent and innovation and creativity. And what governments need to do is provide platforms for those young people to really bring forward that creativity to solve our problems. So I would say my suggestions are this. One, ensure that the approach is inclusive. So ensure that it's not only led by government, but it has the opposition on board, but more importantly, ensure that it has the youth on board, not just as consultants after the fact, but that they guide the policy, go to them, find out what they want to see in a youth policy, what they expect from their government, from their country, and that will guide and ensure that the policy is sound and that there is buy-in from the youth. So one of the things that we did, we had consultation every step of the way. So that's one. Two, I do believe that we should ensure that there's policy alignment and that we take a longer term approach. For me, especially seeing that policies are overarching vision, what we did was to move our policy from the regular 5-year, and we aligned it with our national policy. So our policy is from 2017 2030. But in that, our strategic plans, our implementation plans are much shorter time, so that it gives us a greater ability, flexibility to adjust, to realign. I think that is very, very important. And then the final thing that I would say in relation to youth policy is one, remember that the policy, even after you've done it, is a living document. So you have to go back to the young people. You have to go back to them and to find out what they want to tweak. Because, you know, the world is changing so rapidly, especially with technology. The policy has to keep speaking at every step of the way. And policy is one thing, but then implementing the policy is the next thing.
Okay, Minister, and winding down, I noticed that you were very vibrant, very energetic. You gave us some dance moves earlier. Let's show them a dance move. Give us one. No, you're gonna sing the song and do the dance move real quick. Dip, shoulder dip.
No, let's see. Mana cha-cha boy, cha-cha.
Hey. Okay, Minister, thank you so much. It was a pleasure chatting with you. Guys, thank you so much for joining us at the Carib Youth Summit 2019. It was impacting, very energetic, and now it's time for action. I'm Jamaica, your social media ambassador, and probably see you in 2020.